Hey guys, some of you that have followed me on YouTube for a while will know that I've been on about building a sensory room. And today arrived the first couple of pieces for the sensory room. Now these are acoustic foam tiles. It doesn't look like much, but there are 12 in here. There are 12 of them, vacuum packed all together in here. It doesn't look like a lot. So basically, I got 2 packets of 12, so I have 24 of these tiles now. They've sent a little setup guide. I got these on Amazon. I didn't pay too much for them. I can't remember exactly how much, but not too much. I think like a couple of pounds. But there's loads of different types and colours on there, so have a look on Amazon for acoustic foam tiles. So these are self-adhesive. They come with these little sticky pads that you peel off and put on the back and then stick it to the wall. But just in case these ones don't work, which often is the case, I've bought these ones, which are supposed to be really good, very strong. So in the event that the ones that came with the panels don't work, I have a backup plan. It's always good to have a backup plan. And here they have a setup guide. There are 2 different setup methods, because obviously it's all flat and squished into this vacuum pack. You've got a kind of like a memory foam mattress when you get it. You got to let it inflate. You got to take it out of the packaging and let it kind of puff up again before you can use it. So basically there's 2 methods for doing that. They have method 1, which is you soak the panels in water and then wring them out and then let them dry. You could dry them with a hairdryer or air dry. That sounds like too much work for me and too much, you know. Or method 2, where you just take the packaging off and let nature take its course. And it says it takes up to 24 to 48 hours. So basically what I am doing now is I am going to be opening both of these packets so that I can leave these aside to puff up and become the acoustic foam tiles that they should be. So I'm going to leave them aside to do that, and whilst they're puffing up over the next couple of days, I'm going to be cleaning up my balcony. Excuse me, my alarm was going off for my medication. But yeah, while these are puffing up, I'm going to take the next 2 days to slowly clean off the junk from my balcony. And well, it's not a balcony anymore, it used to be. So the story around the balcony, we call it the once upon a time balcony now. It used to be a full-on balcony years ago. There were no windows on it. It was just open to the air and you go out the door. I'll show you the balcony in a minute when I'm out there. But it used to be open to the air, and then the council decided, let's close it off and brick it up and put a window in there. So now it's just a random little room off the side of my living room. There's no electricity in there. It's just basically been being used as a storage room. Basically when we have junk and we're tidying up, doing spring cleaning and all, when we find those little bits of junk where we're not sure where to put these, they have no home, so we just dump it on the balcony and it gets stored out there forever until we get sick of the balcony being messy and spring clean it, and then we've got all this junk again and we're like, where do we put it? And it ends up back on the balcony again. So the balcony is no longer going to be a home for useless junk. We've actually been really good. Last year, we literally went through everything in our flat, in our home, got rid of anything we didn't need, all the junk. So yeah, I'm trying to live a more junk-free life, you know, because we ended up filling our flat. It's a small flat, and we've ended up filling it with loads and loads of drawers and shelving units just to house the junk we have. And then it's like, and then obviously because my health is getting worse and my mobility is getting worse, it's been difficult to navigate the flat around all this furniture that is housing random junk. So I've said to John that I can't live in this flat when there are trip hazards and when there, you know, I need to be able to. And he's like, yeah, we'll have to sort this out. So we've been working on sorting that out. But yeah, we've trailed off. But yeah, opening these. I will show you the balcony in a minute. I will do a bit of a video out there when I'm cleaning up, and I'll add it to this video. You'll have to excuse the, what is it, portrait mode. I'm using my phone to film, and sometimes it's just a lot easier with this camera angle. So I've got to be careful with it because I don't want to cut the actual tiles and I don't want to cut my fingers. Oh, they're starting to puff up already. There's a lot of packaging on these. Oh, that's really soft. I didn't think they were going to be that soft. I thought it was going to be more like a pool noodle kind of foam where it's a bit more solid. But no, it feels like a pillow. It feels like a memory foam pillow at the moment. I probably don't even need to cut this bag, do I? There's probably an opening somewhere, but oh well. A lot of packaging. Okay, they're all individually wrapped, are they? Oh no, they put, wow. Look at that, that's cool. Those are very soft. It's like a bath sponge. Wow, I've never ever experienced acoustic foam before. So this is a very interesting experience. It is very tactile. So perfect medium for the sensory room. But they've puffed up quite a lot already, which is quite cool. So I'm just going to move some bits and pieces out of the way. Right, and then I'm just going to separate them all. Lay them on top of each other. Because these ridges will help. I don't know what I'm on about. I've never used acoustic foam before, so this is all new to me. And feeling the weight of them, because I thought it was going to be a more solid foam, I thought they were going to be quite heavy and that the sticky pads will fail. But the fact that they're a softer foam and they're lighter, to be honest, I think these sticky pads are going to work okay. I probably didn't need to buy these, but then it's always better to have and not need, isn't it? You know? More scissors. Ugh. Wow. I need to get one of those vacuum pack machines, because this vacuum pack stuff's pretty good. All of this was squidged down to that size. It's crazy. I need a vacuum pack machine so I can vacuum pack all the clean washing and the spare bedding I have and stuff. That would give me a lot more room in the wardrobe and stuff, and in the drawers. Of course, knowing me though, I will get obsessed with the vacuum pack machine and then just be vacuum packing random stuff just for the fun of it, because that's the person I am. I was exactly the same with I think it's one of my sisters bought me one year for Christmas, I think it was. She bought me one of those soda machines. And I made everything fizzy. Fizzy tea. It was interesting. I do recommend trying it at least once. But yeah, back to sorting these. Wow. They are near enough. I don't know how thick they should be once they've fully puffed out. I'm not sure, but looking at them now, they look almost fully puffed up, you know. I'm ending up with a big, you can't see it at the moment, but I've got a big tower of acoustic foam. There you go. So acoustic foam is usually used in the music industry for making music studios, because it helps to block out sound, or it helps to trap sound in a room. So yeah, it helps to keep the sound in. That's partly why I wanted them. I wanted to stop sound coming in, but mostly I wanted to stop sound going out, because when I'm having a sensory moment, usually my sensory room is the living room where I am. I used to have a sensory tent, but we had differences, and yeah, it got broke. It was a really cheap sensory tent that I bought from Amazon. Now, it was okay, but it was quite small, weren't big enough for an adult to lay out in. I mean, I could fit me and John sat in there, cross-legged. But as for adults laying out in there, not possible. Also, it was very flimsy. And yeah, and I just got fed up with it, because when I'm in one of those times where I'm needing a sensory room, usually I like to spread out and lay down, lay out, and yeah, and I like to have all my UV lights and flashing lights and all that sort of stuff going. And I like to have music playing as well. I love music, and music helps calm me, and it helps me to regulate my emotions. Helps me as well to understand emotions. So I like to listen to music when I'm in my sensory room. So that I don't annoy my neighbours with my music. Not that I play my music super loud. On occasion I do, but not all the time. So yeah, basically I just don't want to annoy the neighbours with my music. So I'm putting the acoustic foam up for that reason. Also, I'm doing it as well because, like I said, it's very tactile. And I'm very sensory when it comes to tactile things. So yeah, making the walls soft and tactile. Also, where they're black is gonna make the room look darker, which is good, which is going to be great for the lights and the UV lights and the UV effects and everything. Because as well, what I'm going to be doing, the furniture I'm putting out there, I have a couple of the little IKEA coffee table things. Oh, can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. It's puffing up already. I haven't even opened the second lot of packaging. And I could hear it go like it was sucking in all the air. But yeah, the furniture for the sensory room, like I said, I've got some of the little IKEA coffee tables and they're white, which they'll probably glow under UV, but I want to turn them colourful. So I'm gonna get some neon spray paint and I'm gonna spray paint the tables either one colour, or I might just do like splattered effects, or just randomly spray different colours on it, just see what happens. I'll probably do that actually, just randomly spray different colours, see what effect I get. And then once it dries, probably put some varnish on it or something to seal it. And then, yeah, it should glow under the UV lights. So then, again, that's going to be great for sensory input, because I'm someone who loves bright colours and flashing lights. Not that anyone would tell with the colour of my hair, you know. I've got my hat on at the moment because my hair, as you can see, literally, yeah, it's just not, it's not cooperating today. So I've got my hat on. Basically with my hair, I'm doing a hair detox where I'm not doing anything with it apart from lightly brushing it each day, not putting any product in it, nothing, because it needs to recover from all the bleaching. So, but yes, getting there slowly with all of this. So much packaging. Oh my god, I will recycle all this packaging, by the way. I'm not going to leave it to go choke any turtles in the ocean or anything. Right, we've got a second pile of foam going in now. Yeah. But yeah, also having the black walls and then the brightly coloured furniture in the sensory room is also going to help with my eyesight, because I struggle with contrast and also struggle with a bit of light sensitivity, and mostly in low light I struggle to see. So basically having the black walls, and then obviously I'm going to have blackout curtains on the windows or blackout blinds or whatever. There's going to be no light in there at all other than the UV lights and flashing lights, disco lights that I put up, and that. So having brightly coloured furniture, it's a contrast off of the black walls, so I'm going to be able to see the furniture easier that way as well. So yeah. They seem to all be like stuck together slightly, some of them. See how flat that is? It's all like, it's flat. That's going to turn into, obviously that's not fully fluffed yet, but yeah, I definitely need me one of these machine thingies. Oh, peeling. Oh, that feels so satisfying. There we go. That one's very flat. That's just like they will slowly regain their shape though, hopefully. And I'm hoping I have enough of them. I mean, 24 should be enough. Should be. Looking at it though, and looking at the size of the balcony, I may need another pack or two, but we shall see. If I do, then I'll just order another couple of packs. But for now, we've got enough to get started with, I think. So there we go, that's the last one. So look how thick that is. That's near enough puffed up. So yeah. Right, that's them out, all done and ready to go. Look at that, my acoustic foam tiles. So now I'm going to leave them there where they are for 24 to 48 hours. While they're there doing that, let's head to the balcony and check that out. So the balcony is this room here. As you can see, there's a bit of junk out there. This door's tricky to open. But yeah, you can see here, these windows, they never used to be here. It just used to be open. But yeah, this is the balcony. We're stocked on food. That's my chest freezer. Obviously that's gonna have to stay out here for the time being because that's quite heavy and it's full of food and I got nowhere else to put that food. So I'm gonna have to work around that, but that shouldn't be too difficult because I can shift it backwards and forwards and out the way when I need to. But the rest of this, so here, that is one of the little IKEA coffee tables I was talking about. I am going to be obviously spray painting that different colours. I have a pack here of this as some of my flashing lights. More flashing lights. So I have here in this box random junk that's coming from somewhere, but that is all like this PVC cube shelving that kind of links together. So I may be using that out here somewhere, maybe on the back wall, although I'm not sure because I have plans to paint that wall with magnetic chalkboard paint. Obviously I won't be able to paint the pole. That's a drainage pipe that comes from the roof, so I won't be able to paint that, but I'll be able to paint the wall behind it. And I am thinking the magnetic chalkboard paint. And then obviously on this wall below this window is going to be the acoustic tiles there, and then below this window again on this wall more acoustic tiles, and then obviously blackout blinds and blackout curtains on there and maybe on there as well. We also have some wall hanging sheets with beautiful colourful patterns on that we can maybe hang up somewhere here as well, maybe over the door, I don't know. But yeah, that's the plans. And then the floor, obviously I've got to clean up the floor a bit. I've got to clean up the whole area. I'm going to go around with the hoover to get rid of any dust and cobwebs before I start sticking things on the wall and painting the walls and stuff. But yeah, the floor I'm going to cover with gym mats to make it a bit softer and to cover up this yucky stained red scuffiness and make it a little nicer in here. So yeah, and the ceiling, maybe that's where we can hang some of those colourful sheets with the colourful patterns on the wall hangings. Maybe hang something up on the ceiling. That would be cool. And then I'm obviously going to get some comfortable seating. I mean, I have my bean bag, which I'll probably put out here for seating. And I've seen a little fold up sort of bed thing. It's like a fold up mattress that you can sit on that's like bright green. So that's going to be in here. And then obviously the little coffee table. And maybe some shelves on that back wall, along with the chalkboard paint, maybe. Somewhere to put like the lights and everything. But yeah, that's the plan. Excuse me. I'm still getting over flu, so excuse that. But yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to get started on cleaning this balcony up. And I'll slowly do that over the next 2 days probably. And then we can start sticking those acoustic foam on the walls. Look at that, they're puffing up nicely actually. They're doing really well. But yeah, look at all that packaging. I've got to put that in recycling in a minute. But yeah, there's my bean bag in the corner over there. So that'll be going out on the balcony for the sensory room. I'm also going to be knitting a blanket. I've been practicing some new stitches with this. So I'm just knitting a random flat panel to test stitches and see which stitches are going to be best for the blanket, because I want the blanket to be tactile. And yes, I do know that the yarn itself is tactile anyway because it's soft. But what I mean by tactile is, if you have a look here, you see all these patterns of bumps. And you see there, like the fishtail pattern of bumps. And when you run your fingers over that, you can feel all those bumps. And depending on what stitches you use in your knitting, you will get different styles of bumps or patterns of bumps, if that makes sense. So I'm just practicing stitches and trying to figure out which one's going to work best for my blanket. And I have bright green and purple yarn, and it's really fluffy and soft, that I'm going to be knitting the blanket with soon. And that's going to be going out on the sensory room too. So this is going to be a nice little project that I'm going to be able to work on a little bit at a time, step by step. Because when you work on it step by step, a little bit at a time, you don't knock yourself out as quick. And also it's better on your wallet, because buying everything I need in one go for the sensory room is going to cost a lot, you know. So I'm buying it a little bit at a time when I have the money for it, and working on it a little bit at a time, to make the job a lot easier on my health and on my wallet. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. But yeah, when I'm ready to stick these foam tiles on the wall, I will video that, and you guys can see the sensory room slowly come together. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.